Gives Money. I would like to welcome you all out to the interpretation of Daniel Stevens. Let's make history. I've been waiting so long, the feeling is so strong, and this can't be wrong. Come on. Yeah. I would like to welcome everybody back to the interpretation hosted by yours truly, Gives Money. I would like to thank everybody for the likes, subscribe, shares, the follows, and just really supporting the movement of what we're trying to do over here at the interpretation. Basically, we touching on sports, entertainment, pop culture, politics, you name it, I'm going to be talking about it. So as we proceed into this episode, I haven't been keeping count, so this could be episode 11, 12, 13. You can put the numbers on it. I don't even care at this point. We just putting out the content. But matter of fact, we'll start with this, the TikTok ban. We'll start with the TikTok ban. I guess so within 9 days from now, I guess, on the 19th, it might be shorter from when this video drops, but that shit is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt me. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit's gonna hurt me because I just started cooking on TikTok. Just started cooking. I've been on TikTok for over 2 years trying to figure out my stick. I finally figured it out on where I want to be in pocket at, and I just start running it up. And then it's like, God damn, now they want to shut it down. We hoping they don't shut it down. I'm hoping Donald Trump really come through and kind of do something, man, because I feel like this. You taking away our freedom of speech, and then you what happens is you'll be surprised how many people have the same ideas as you, have the same thoughts as you, and then this brings us to one place other than like Instagram, where it's like it filters you. Instagram will only filter you for like pop culture, celebrityism. If you worship celebrities and worship money and things of that nature, that's what I look at Instagram. So TikTok is more of a place to where I can actually come up here, set my mic up, and get busy. You feel me? Word. And that's just one of them things I always look at. Like, why y'all keep trying to censor our freedom of speech? It's crazy. It's beyond crazy to me. And so, with that being said, Trump saved TikTok because you gave a voice to a lot of the voiceless. And now we actually have a voice. We're speaking. We're getting our message across. And people actually like it. And I'm like, why would you take that from the people? That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I really want to talk about this California wildfire. It's so much to unpack here because it's a tragedy. A lot of people lost their homes. And what I don't understand is if this could have been prevented with Gavin Scum Newsom and the lady Karen Bass, the incompetence with DEI up there, this shit is awful. When I tell you, when the chief comes out and make a video talking about basically this is what she said. And I don't know verbatim. So basically she was like, oh yeah, I'm a woman. And people was like, oh, how you going to carry a man out? And her response was like, oh, if I have to carry him out, you must be in the wrong spot. Who says that? You're the fire person. Who says that? Like, you need to be fired immediately. You are a fire person. Y'all want all this diversity and equity and inclusion there, which this is destroying the fabric of America right now. Because what's happening is with DEI, y'all putting in people that can't do the job. Y'all putting them on because of skin, and then you want people to relate. If I was an employer, I should not have to relate to you. You need to relate to the program, and I'm paying for your service and your time. And when you on my time and on my clock and on my dime, this is what I want. I shouldn't have to fold to you. That doesn't make sense to me. But that's what DEI is, and that's what's happening out in Northern California. On top of that, they said in France, it could be France or one of these countries over there, and you can look this up. They don't have wildfire problems. You want to know why? They allow, the government actually allocates funds to people to go out and clean up the brush in the woods. So if anybody never been in the woods, or if you've never been hiking or camping. So what happens is old debris from the trees, the leaves, grass, it sits and settles at the bottom. So in a state like California where it's dry, a certain time of the year, you throw a match, you can spark and blow the whole place up. I mean, acres. This been going on. I lived in California for over 15 years of my life. So I understand. I lived in the desert, so I understood that. One time, I'll tell you a quick story about that, how I learned the hard way. So one day we was coming back. It was me, my friend Sway, God bless his soul, and his sister. And we all coming back from Applebee's. I think we was coming from Riverside. You know what I'm saying? So we on our way on a 10 coming back to the desert and shit. So we get pulled over. I'm smoking a cigarette in the car. I flicks the cigarette out the car window. The police say, yo, get the F out the car. You could have started a fire. You know how much that ticket cost me? My license got suspended. That was a $700 ticket. And at the time I didn't even have the money. I had to borrow the money from my aunt. My income tax came. I had to pay her. And the ticket was wild far in a whole nother county I never even been in. But then, and that's what I understand. So with that fire happening, on top of that, they said it could have been avoided if they would have had the people come out there and clean the debris. And if they would have actually let the water that was coming down from Oregon and all that water was flowing from the mountains, they was diverting that into the ocean. And the only reason they was diverting that to the ocean, it was all because of a fish they was trying to preserve called the smullet. Never heard of it. Not a seafood eater, but I never even heard of this fish. But they was trying to preserve this fish. So by them preserving a fish, millions and millions of properties and acres and people displaced. Millions and millions of damage of property. Is no telling how many people are displaced. 16 people dead from what I've gathered. It could be wrong. If I'm wrong, fact check me in the comments. Y'all know where to find me. I don't play that. Nah, but but that shit's crazy to me. Like, and then Donald Trump called it. Like, it's so weird, the world we're living in. I feel like that movie, Idiocracy, we're living this in real time. And then you know what the crazy thing is? I just watched the interview with Gavin Scum Newsom. He turns around and blames Trump because the failures of y'all administration. For one, Gavin Newsom had failed California. San Francisco is falling apart. Northern California, Oakland's falling apart. This one of the, come on, man, it's crazy. So, but you know what? I'll tell this. People in California, you can't be mad. This is the people y'all voted for. But another thing is, where the fire is happening, it's in one of where the most powerful progressives are in California. This is where all those, that's where all those liberals are. So, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I'm okay with us stop idolizing celebrities. And it's funny, Jay-Z house was up there, and I just had to throw that in. They was burning the evidence. I had to kick somebody back in. I gotta kick somebody back in on the episode. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was gonna kick Jasmine Crockett back in, but I do that enough. I could go down the list of Joy Reid. Oh my God, I love kicking her back in. That's a back. I like to hit that with a spinning back kick. Wow. I love kicking her back in. It's not because she's a woman, it's just because she's actually an idiot. That's why. So, in a race beta, and she loves division. Yeah, so that's another thing I was looking into. So, you know, Trump is about to be in office. The inauguration is coming up, and they are so mad about that. You know what's so crazy is they're so mad about the inauguration. I don't even know why. This is the problem. This is what I want to say about when black people get a chance to get in rooms, we love to fuck it up. We don't be getting invited, then we get it. We don't get invited to places, and then we get mad. So the Louisiana HBC school had got invited to play at the inauguration. Black people went up in the friends, oh, don't go there. But then y'all complain when y'all don't get invited. So make your mind up. And the problem is, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You can't want it one day this way, and no matter what, it's like, come on, man. Y'all gotta chill out, man. Y'all really gotta chill out. And I want to say congratulations to them to go to the White House for the inauguration, man. Shout out to them. Give them a round of a motherfucking applause, man. I love to see black people start getting in them spaces without us goddamn complaining. That's a fact. So as we go on, you know, something else slid across my desk. I want to talk about the other day, Donald Trump was sentenced. And I swear to God, this whole election, all I kept hearing from family and friends and all everybody on social media, Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that, convicted felon, he's going to jail. You know what? He's not going to jail. You know what? He's not going to jail. And y'all got to deal with that. Y'all really got to deal with that. And I love how y'all be like, the fuck around, gonna fuck around. Y'all gonna fuck around and see when the country get great, but we have a lot of anti-Americans that hate America so much. And I don't think they hate America. They just hate Donald Trump. And the way the world is, they hate masculinity. Masculinity, what comes with masculinity is accountability. And that's what people don't like. So when you are masculine, you have to be accountable for every decision you make. Femininity doesn't come with accountability. It comes with, I'm a victim. And that's not, maybe it's the wrong choice of words. I'm a victim, because there are actually real victims. And we're not talking about like a victim of anything bad. We're talking about I'm talking about in the nature of, men have to be accountable, women don't. Women can make all the decisions they want in the world and never have to be responsible for them, because there's always going to have help. I'm not going to have help. If I make a bad decision today, I can destroy the whole fabric of my whole household. You know what I'm saying? So it's the difference, but... And that should be crazy, man, when you're just looking at the world like that, and you just have to really be objective and transparent with things as you go forward. So that's one thing I've been looking at. So we're going to keep getting into it, man. And I'm just looking at it like, it'd be so much going on in this world where you get drained by so many people. And I tell people, stop letting people drain your energy. It could be from social media. It could be from relationships. It could be from work. And sometimes, man, people will drain you so bad that you lose yourself. And you really have to gather yourself and say, you know what? In order for me to become better, I might have to stay away from some people. In order for me to be better, I might even have to stay away from friends and family and focus and lock in on myself. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be crazy like that. You really have to lock in on yourself. And I remember when I was young, I used to always want to be in a mix of everything. Oh, y'all over there. And this is a big quote. This is a big quote that I live by. Big quote I live by. You can't sing and dance to every song. And that's what somebody had to tell me when I was locked up. He was like, you can't sing and dance to every song, youngster. He said, because that can get you in trouble. So it resonated me, because then when I got older, then I just realized it made me more reserved and say, I don't need to be in that situation. I don't need to go out tonight. I don't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? So it puts you in that type of mind state. Yeah, real talk. But yeah, man, I want to thank everybody for tuning into this episode. I'm going to keep this brief. I'm up out of here, man. Y'all stay safe, stay humble, man. Interpretation. Yeah.